Hello to you, Doug. What's been happening in the social work research world for you this week?
I've gone through some of Izel's training,
Oh, yes. Yeah.
which was good.
Yeah, because last week you said that was your aim was to
That was
get into
my
it.
aim,
Yeah.
and I started populating my introduction chapter
Well done.
from my proposal
Yeah.
and cutting bits from my literature review and bringing it over a bit so I can make the literature review chapter a bit smaller,
Yeah.
manageable, because it was getting quite big.
Yes. Yeah.
And I have to add two more things to it. And I think Kim said 7 to 8,000 is a good size for that chapter.
Yeah. For the literature review or
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah. Okay. So you did your lit review for your COC.
Yep.
Yeah. So yeah, of course, there's going to be stuff in the beginning of that in a dissertation wouldn't normally be there. So you just drop it straight into
Yeah.
your yeah, yeah. See, never a
Yeah.
word is wasted.
No, it's good,
Yeah.
isn't it?
Yeah, it's very
And
good.
I've got I think two more supervisors because I
Oh, this is
I
very
told
good
you
news.
Kim is stepping down from the Northern Institute
Yeah.
as director, and I've got Banu who was on the panel
Yeah.
and Adele, let's have a look if I can find her in my emails. That's good. I filed it, didn't I? Yes, I filed my emails the other day, so that's all gone. Let's go down to supervisors. Adele Sefton Ralston.
Okay.
Um, she's an associate um, professor
Professor. Yes.
in the
Yeah.
humanities, and
Yep.
Banu is in business.
Okay. All right.
And Kim will stay as an associate for a while, I think, to
Okay.
maintain continuity.
Yep.
And I have a meeting with all three on Wednesday at 2.
Oh, this is so good. So
Yeah,
has this occurred as a result of the email that you sent to Steve Greenland or whoever it
I think
was?
I rushed it.
Sorry?
Steve Rogers, I sent the email to.
Steve. Oh, you went even higher.
Oh,
Yes. Yeah.
hi, yeah. I
Yeah.
wasn't messing around. I was pissed off.
Yeah.
Um,
Okay. And I think a lot of students forget that they actually do have that power, that the
mm,
universities get funding from us. Like when a PhD graduates, the university
yeah,
gets approximately $100,000.
yeah,
So we are worthy real estate to them,
yes,
and they need to look after that real estate.
yeah. I replied. I watched one of Tara's videos last week, and it was about couples in academia,
Yeah.
and it wasn't titled that, but it was associated with that. And I think she was getting messed around with trying to get Jamie a job over there in Darwin. It was a demotion for him, and they still didn't. I think it was a either that job or another job was advertised 3 times. They still didn't fill it. Um, and of course, Tara would have been getting a bit depressed by being alone and all the mental health reasons, I guess. And yeah, and she's heard of another friend of hers that is begging them to fill a role, CDU to fill a role, but they just can't fill roles at CDU.
Yeah. 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 I don't know what's going on, but
Mm.
every day I hear of somebody else who has left. And it's
Mm.
not just the academic stuff, it's also students, like students
Yeah.
dropping out. But you look at your difficulties with getting supervisors, my difficulties with keeping supervisors. Although I must say, my team has been stable now for
Yeah.
quite some time, and I'm very grateful for that. And
Yeah.
two very nice men. Like I really I appreciate that I
Mm.
have them. Yeah. But yeah, if I didn't have the tenacity that I have, I would have
Yeah.
just gone, no, I'm walking. Yeah, I'm not putting
Yeah.
up with this stuff. Yeah.
No. So
Yeah.
I finally
Okay.
get 4 supervisors, or now 5, which is nice
Yeah.
for a brief period of time, I assume, because I'm not sure Kim will stick around um, till the end,
Hmm.
because
It's
she might
nice
be
that she's willing to
retiring.
do a handover, though. That's very
Yeah,
nice. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. And make sure that continuity of wisdom
Mm,
around what it is that you want to do gets passed down. Yeah.
yeah.
Because
You
my
know, what I
experience,
wanted to do was change when she came on board. So I've had to alter my original trajectory, my original plans, research plans to suit, in a way, suit her, um, in a
well,
way.
often, yeah, often it's to suit the supervisor's skills and knowledge.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I've just been talking about this
Mm.
morning. I've just jumped off a draw session. So draw is
Yep.
the departing rate.
Okay.
Yeah. Yep. So I've just jumped off that session and I was talking about when I first approached JCU to
Mm.
do a PhD and I wanted to do it in craftivism, but they tried to steer me away from it because
Yep.
they didn't think that they'd find supervisors for me. There was
Yeah.
nobody with that supervisor interest.
Hmm.
Damn it. Yeah. So we should, yeah. Anyway, that's a whole another thing to talk about. But supervision is really messy at PhD and master's level. Yeah.
Yeah.
HDR levels.
Mm.
But we're empowered people. We can supervise
We can.
ourselves. Yeah.
Yes,
You've started to populate your introductory chapter.
I have. And
Yeah.
of course, the lit review chapter is already got a sizable amount of stuff in it, which I have to edit out and alter because it's just I've put in a lot of irrelevant stuff, I think, of more
Yeah.
stuff than I need.
Yeah.
So that's
I've opened up a chapter called Drop, where
okay.
all of those things that I think might be irrelevant or I've repeated that there, I just drop into the drop chapter so
Yeah.
that like they're not gone, they're
No.
just there. Yeah. And
Yeah,
I
I've got a
just
file
know,
called cut pieces.
yeah, yeah, okay, same thing. I
Yeah.
just know that on August the 11th, when I actually
Mm.
submit to the university, I'm going to go, damn it, I should have put that in there.
Yeah, so don't spend the night before going through your drop chapter because you'll just your
Oh, be
mind will
cruel.
explode.
Yeah, it'd be so cruel. And I've just also reviewed, I've written a letter to Gramsci in my
Mm.
conclusion. So
Hmm.
I've just reviewed that and I found so many spelling mistakes.
Ooh.
Yes. Yeah, it had auto-corrected to Americanisms. So
Ah,
no,
yes.
I
Yeah.
don't want Z's in there. Thank
No,
you.
no, no, no. Yes, I gotta have the yes.
Yeah. But I've still got I've got a lot of writing to do, a real lot of
Mm.
writing. Yeah. And I've changed one of my chapters around this week.
Yep.
I had supervision on Monday, and my supervisor said, why are you including that chapter when your thesis isn't really about that? Can you just leave
Mm.
that for your book, perhaps? Yes, I can leave that for the book. That's a wonderful idea. So one chapter down. I've told Gay I'm handing in, I might have said this last week, 8 chapters, 80,000 words, just to take
Mm-hmm.
the pressure off myself.
Yep.
So Gay's ready to receive my stuff at a certain
What's
date.
the turnaround?
Sorry.
Does she has she given you a rough
Yeah,
turnaround?
yeah, yeah. Oh, she said absolutely 6 weeks is no problem.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah, so that's great. So she'll get that stuff back to me. I'll make corrections, hand it in. Yeah.
Have you got that software that she uses?
No,
You get a
no.
trial version for 7 days, and it'll go through your, your writing, and it'll just highlight obvious
Errors.
errors that she uses the same software to go through it,
Yeah,
and so if you it's in one of her websites.
yeah.
She
What I'll
explains
do,
why. And,
you
yeah.
you yeah, you told me about this before and I had a look, I couldn't find it,
Okay,
but
I'll
I'll
have a look
wait.
if I can find it again. Still
I'll
my
run
bookmark.
it. Yeah, I'll run it through mine just before I hand it to her.
Yep.
so that there's less mistakes that she's picking up
Yeah.
on. Yeah. Yeah, but it's scary. I'm
Mm.
feeling I'm uneasy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Because
Because
it's
it's the
what,
big
May now, though. But it
yeah,
is May. Yes.
yeah. And I'm stepping into the big unknown with who
Mm.
are the assessors going to be? Because
Yeah.
I am creative. And is it going to be somebody who wants to see,
Yes. A traditional thesis.
yeah,
Yes.
with, these are the set headings. Well, none of mine are set headings.
No.
Yeah. In fact, my method and methodology chapter I've called Wins and Bloopers. Yeah.
As long as you
So,
mention it in a subheading, I guess they'll work it out that this is what it is.
yeah, I have got it as a subheading.
Yeah.
And I'm starting each chapter with a sound bite as well,
Oh,
from the participants.
yeah. That's
Yeah.
right, because it's all electronic nowadays, isn't it?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, it is. Yeah. Obviously, the sound bite won't go into the book. Yeah.
No, no,
Because we haven't got Harry Potter technology yet.
no.
Yeah, so I'm very uneasy about a lot of
Hmm.
things.
Hmm.
I'm second guessing myself. I'm questioning myself all the time, which is actually a good thing
It is.
because, like I've always said, a little bit of anxiety is a good thing because it
Mhm.
makes you really go back and check things.
Yeah.
And I just have to trust. This for me now is absolutely an exercise in trust.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have to trust my supervisors.
Yes,
I have
they're the
to,
ones who have done it.
yes. And
Not
they're
your
the,
format, but they've done one.
yes. And they're the ones who choose the assessors with
Mhm.
the best of intentions. Like everybody wants me to succeed, right? Nobody
Yes,
wants a
yes.
PhD student to fail. Yeah,
No, like Tara, did Tara say no one fails a PhD unless you really bomb?
yeah,
So
yeah,
they
yeah.
want you to pass.
Yeah. Well, my supervisors too have said like failure is really not an option because you passed your COC, you
Mm,
passed your MYR,
mm.
you've won 2 awards for presenting your
Yeah,
research. Like, why are you even worried that you might
yeah.
fail? Yeah,
I think it's the deadline you've given yourself that is the issue.
it absolutely is, and I'm not wavering on that deadline.
No.
No, it's that is my deadline. Yeah. Uh, it's more a question of, is it going to be complete enough to hand in at that time? It's too
Mm.
bad if it's not because I am handing in at that time. Take no prisoners, just do
You'll
it.
come out in cold sores and all sort of stress related physical things soon.
Yeah. Well, I swear I've gone much more grey. And on my office, it's a tip because
Hmm.
I'm checking references. And I've made mistakes in my referencing too, which
Are
is
you using
really,
EndNote or are you doing it manually?
yeah, no, I'm doing it manually.
Oh no, do it
Yeah.
EndNote.
Yep, I'm doing the
So
whole
take
thing
a week,
manually.
put it in EndNote, and then it'll be nice.
I don't know how to use NVivo. I don't know how to use any of that software. I've used no software at all. So everything I have done has been manual. My analysis is all manual. I
Yep,
lie. The one thing I did use was Otter AI to transcribe my videos. And Otter AI, it's magic because it also groups keywords, themes. It comes up with a list of who said they were going to do what. So that's really handy. Yeah.
mhm.
But that's the only software that I have
Didn't
used.
you have issues with ethics in Otter AI because
I
it's
did.
overseas?
Yes, I did. Now, what happened when I submitted for my mid-year review? I had put in there that I had used Otter to transcribe my videos, and they pulled me up on that, saying that that
Yep.
would have to go back to ethics.
Mm.
So I pulled out my original ethics application where it was clearly in that this was how I was going to transcribe.
Okay.
So I sent that back to them, and it didn't have to go to an ethics committee. It went to the ethics head, who was
Yep.
able to review it and said no problems at all.
Oh,
Yeah.
good.
Oh,
I'll
yeah,
I'll
but
try and keep that in mind when I if I go
yeah,
ahead and use Otter with mine next in
Yeah.
27, 28.
Yes, yeah. Well, in 27 or 28, AI is all going to be much more advanced, which includes the
Yeah,
universities all having much more stringent and clear
yeah,
policies around it. Because at the
mm,
moment, week by week, it changes. There's so much advancement.
yeah.
Yeah. And one of my daughters who is doing nursing, she's just had an exam returned to her saying
Mm-hmm.
that they suspect that she used AI in her exam.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and it's an exam. How do you use AI in
Yeah.
an exam? But she's a black and white thinker. So her
Okay.
written
Yeah.
answers are
Yeah.
very black and white. So this
Yeah.
is this is my daughter that has very high anxiety, right?
Mm.
So like she's Attila the Hun, I tell you. Like, but no, she's extremely black and white. So I
Mm.
think that the whoever was marked it picked up on there's no fluff in this. This is
Yeah.
just yeah, and she's a perfectionist, so there wouldn't have been a
Mm.
spelling mistake. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm. So I said, darling,
She
all
wants
you
to be
have
a
to
nurse.
do. Sorry.
And she wants to be a nurse.
Yeah, well, she'll be great in like accident and
Okay.
emergency where it's just,
Yeah.
yep,
Yeah.
this is it. This is it. Yeah.
Oh, good. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, far
I should
out.
like to. I hope. Did they have they passed the exam now, or
No, I'm waiting to
oh, you're
hear.
waiting
So
for it to
has
be?
Queensland got are you a public holiday today in South
No.
Australia? Okay, we
No.
are here, but we're Labor Day today.
Okay. Yeah.
Uh,
Ours is in March, I think, Labor Day.
okay, and Queensland, I think, is October from memory.
Hmm.
So yeah, she probably will be talking to the university today then.
Yeah.
Yeah, she only found out on Friday night. So
Oh,
it's been like, ah,
yeah.
yeah. Oh, but imagine if that happened to you or I with
Yeah.
something. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, I absolutely can wholeheartedly say I have not used AI for anything, nothing at all to
Just
do with my
translation.
PhD. Sorry?
Just translate. Just audio
Yes, yes, but
translation.
yeah, but nothing else, not even
No.
for looking at the structure of how should I structure my PhD.
Mm.
I've just stayed right away from it because I don't understand it and
No.
I'm scared that I will get flagged.
Yeah.
And so just stay right away. Yeah.
Yeah.
But young people really do have the advantage because they understand things much better than I do. Now, I'm older than you, right?
Hmm.
Probably by a good 15 years, I'd say. How old are you, Doug?
51.
So I'm 12 years older than you.
Okay. Oh, my partner's older than you.
Ah,
Yeah.
he's got a toy boy.
She has.
Oh, that's funny.
I won't tell her that. I told her I'm a yeah. We do mention that now and then, but I won't say you're called a toy boy. Call me a toy boy.
Yeah, cool. Yeah. I'm actually older than Paul too.
Okay.
Yeah. So I give him a hard time all the time, telling me he has to look after his elders. He doesn't agree though. Yeah, so young people,
Mm.
they're better placed to understand it because they've grown up with it, whereas you and I have not.
No.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
it's, and I guess too that AI is new for young people, but they're much more comfortable with using apps
Mm.
or, yeah, trying new software. Whereas for me, it
Yeah.
takes such a long time to learn it.
Yeah. Because because you know how CDU gives you access to Grammarly.
Yeah.
I think I asked Tara several times about the viability of using Grammarly in the writing, and I still don't understand it. And whether
Yeah.
it's okay
Yeah.
to use a part of it or what,
Yeah.
because it's
Yeah.
because it can change things, and it
So,
uses AI. It says so.
yeah, do you have access
Mhm.
um, to Azel's recordings? Because Azel does a couple of different groups a week that get pre-recorded.
I think so. Yeah.
Have you got, okay, so what day are we today is Monday. So it must have been Friday.
Hmm.
They've just done a session. No, it was last Thursday, right?
Okay.
A question and answer session, and there was a bit on AI and Grammarly. So
Mm.
if you want to go back and look at that, it was quite interesting.
Okay.
And
I'll see if I can find it.
yeah, what you can and cannot use in Grammarly
Yeah.
in your thesis.
Mm.
So if you're just using it for spelling or something like that, I think it was
Yeah.
okay. But there was a trick to what you had to do
Oh,
so that AI isn't crawling on your site. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. But
Yeah.
scary stuff.
It is. And there's
One
another
of,
website, right. Tara mentioned it once upon a time. It's another AI sort of site that she uses. She's actually said she uses it. I'll have a look at my emails and I'll or my
okay.
bookmarks and I'll tell you about it. And it
Yeah,
costs you
thank
money,
you.
of course.
Yeah,
It's not the free one.
yeah, everything costs money. Yeah,
Mm,
yeah. Look, it's not going away. I
mm,
think there's going to be people who, older people like us, people who use it and people who don't.
yeah.
Now, I am willing to embrace it, but not on my PhD, right?
No.
My PhD has to be 100% me.
Hmm.
And then after that is off my plate, maybe then I'll start really dabbling with it. Yeah.
Yeah. In your book or
Yeah, yeah.
that was
Maybe
like,
my book is going to be based, it's going to be mostly PhD, so perhaps not the
yeah.
book. But I do have a new website that I'm going to have to raise
Oh,
for
okay.
Verbatim, which is
Yeah.
the new business name.
Hmm.
It's the best version of Bayliss and Martin,
Hmm.
Verbatim. Yeah.
Oh.
So it's just a pun on verbatim.
Yeah.
Um, so perhaps I will use it to write the new website, and that's how I'll learn. Yeah, I don't
Mm.
know. Yeah. Oh, I'm going to have so much time after my PhD. Oh my God. What am I going to think about?
As long as you have the energy to continue at your current pace and not hit that 3 month wall and realize,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
can't continue at this pace. I've got to
yeah,
stop.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, well, I think I came into my PhD having hit that wall. I
Mm.
used to be able to work until 3 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah,
I can't even work until 8:30 at night now.
no. I've, no.
Yeah. Yeah. And I went and I got some melatonin on the
Yep,
weekend because I just haven't been sleeping.
yep,
I can't work. The blue screen really mucks with
yeah,
my mind. Yeah. But I lie in bed and I'm writing in my head, like I'm
yes.
formulating sentences and paragraphs, and oh shit, I put that in the wrong chapter.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't get up to change it. I just make a
No,
mental note. But of course, ding, I'm wide awake. Yeah.
yes,
So I'm just not sleeping. And I have
no.
heard from many PhD students that sleep becomes an issue for them.
Mm-hmm.
Also, interestingly enough, I've heard just recently from, I was going to say every single PhD student, but it's
Yep,
not.
no.
But the majority of PhD students that I have been chatting to, the last 6 months of the process, their mental
Mm.
health has really suffered.
Yeah.
Which is really interesting. And I'm very curious to know if it has got something to do with energy levels or what's
Mm.
happening in that last 6 months.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was when I finished my MA at Flinders, I was invited to do a um, sit in an interview with someone who was doing research into mental health and high degree students. I don't know if anything came from that, whether it was someone's thesis or a article that they were going to write.
Mhm.
But it's a known thing that mental health and HERs suffer, and
Yeah.
this would be nice to actually get hold of some literature and see where and how and what
Yeah. Yeah.
sort of what helps in the recovery
Well,
process.
yes, yeah. the flip of all of this is that maybe
Hmm.
we've got mental health issues first before we go into
I
HDR.
do. I know that. I have for 30 odd years.
Yeah, well, see, you get a piece of paper to prove it. Like,
Yeah.
what's the matter with the rest of us? Oh my gosh. Yeah, look, who knows what it is? Yeah.
Mm,
Certainly for people who are on the ASD scale, I
mm,
can see how they'd make perfect students because they're able to focus.
yeah.
Yeah. And they just focus so well. I'm not on the scale.
No, I'm just depressed and borderline and anxiety and post traumatic and
Yeah. So what's your diagnosis?
I've got anxiety, borderline
Yep.
personality disorder,
Yep.
major depression, and
Yep.
post traumatic stress disorder.
So you were actually correct when you just said those things. I
Yeah,
thought you might
yeah.
have just been picking a page in the
No, 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 no,
DSM-5.
no, no.
Okay. Okay. So that's a lot to cope with on a daily basis.
Mm.
Yeah, that's a real lot.
And I did a
Kudos to
survey
you.
with through the university last the other week about
Mm-hmm.
mental health.
Mm-hmm.
Um, of course, I scored high on there. Oops, better to make contact with Douglas and make sure he's going to be safe. And
Mm-hmm.
I had one of them, and that triggered me. And I thought, well, yeah, I could actually go and kill myself right here, right now, and because I was just triggered in such a state that I thought, well, no one's here to stop me, and I've got the means to do it, and like even now, after this, I could go do it, but Siba was here, she wouldn't like it.
So is that what stopped you?
Yeah, she was coming around,
Yeah.
and I'm supposed to see my psych today, but I've made it a phone consult because
Mm-hmm.
I've did my back again last week,
Mm-hmm.
sitting for up to hours in the kitchen at the computer.
Yeah. Yeah. I've got a sit stand desk. I have a very bad back and I cannot
Yep.
sit for that long. Yeah.
No, I
Um,
should get one of those little ones.
yes. Yeah, yeah. Because back pain, it just buggers everything, doesn't it?
It does.
Yeah. Yeah. Doug, I'm really glad that you didn't kill yourself.
Yeah.
Really glad. And it's not
It's the
just,
only reason why I do degrees after a degree. Like I've got what 6 or 7 of the bastards, is so I don't do something stupid like that. And
well,
while
maybe,
I'll do another PhD in
yeah,
27.
yeah. That's
That's the plan.
interesting. So
Yeah.
what is it about the study for you?
It's um it gives me time, a set period of time where I'm occupied, mentally occupied.
Mm-hmm.
Like a degree is either 2 or 3 years. Um I've only been to one graduation, and that's because my parents came up, and that was for the Bachelor of Social Work.
Mm-hmm.
Um, After I'd already done a Bachelor of Arts,
Mm-hmm.
I didn't go to that one, but yeah, it just gives me a period of time to focus
Mm-hmm.
and not let the mind wander
Yep.
into
Well,
weird, lovely little spaces that it often goes.
that's very deep and very insightful. Because my
Mm,
experience with lots of people with mental health issues is that they don't always have that level of insight because they haven't yet entered recovery. And
yeah,
obviously you have, like you're in a recovery, well, you're dealing with recovery. Yeah.
yeah. I thought
Yeah.
about doing peer work.
I see, I've thought about that for you in the past as well. I thought
Yeah.
that you would have been very good.
Because
Yeah.
after the PhD or before, I could do a peer worker course. It's either 12 or 24 months, depending on qualification, previous skills
Mhm.
and all that. And then I just got to find work doing it or
Mhm.
volunteer doing it, and I might do that next year after I finish the masters,
Mhm.
because I think there's a course that starts every fortnight on a Monday
Through
at
where?
a place that's around the corner. So it's not TAFE. It's one of those private training
Yeah,
places,
yeah,
but it's
registered training
just
organisation.
around
Yeah.
the corner.
Okay.
But I think TAFE in the city does offer something which is good because it's just a bus ride, 15-minute bus ride.
Yeah.
I hope, think if they run it in the city.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I think it's online component, so I can do it online. But
Yeah.
I think I'd like to do a class this time,
Yeah.
have some interaction.
So one of the universities, and I think it might have been Central Queensland.
Do you offer a peer worker course?
Who does?
Do you?
CDU.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's not CDU that I'm thinking of.
No.
Um, it's in my literature review actually. So I'll have to go back and read that to find out where it is. But also, are you familiar with, do you know who Louise Byrne is?
Yep.
Okay, so she's leaving her university apparently. Her contract
Oh,
is not being renewed. So
oh.
she's going full time in her business.
Mhm.
And they've got all of the online stuff, which is not going to suit you. But if you connect with Louise, she travels so much for work,
Mm.
and go and chat face to face with her when she's in Adelaide.
Yeah.
I love Louise, absolutely
Mhm.
adore her. Yeah. And she's one of my theorists. So, what can I say?
Just in case he watches this. Oh, I'll be mentioned. No,
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. She's very good.
I think I've friended her on LinkedIn.
Yeah.
Um,
Okay.
there's
So when you connect with somebody on LinkedIn, if you
Yep.
also tap the bell, click the bell at the top
Yep.
of their profile, it gives you the option to either only get relevant posts or to get all posts. So
Hmm.
for somebody that I absolutely love what they do, I click get all posts, like Louise.
Okay. Louise. Oh, it's
B B
Louise
Y.
Douglas. It does have an I on it. Lou I Louise Byrne. I'm a must be a friend of hers. Best practice in lived experience, workforce development, research training, Barlow Hill, Queensland. Let's click on her and I'll click the bell.
Yeah, click the bell,
Oh,
all posts.
oh,
Yeah. But her
I'm
stuff
actually
is
a
great.
friend of hers.
You
Well,
are
not a friend, but an associate
connection. Yeah.
connection. That's it.
Yeah.
What do three dots mean? Contact info. No, it must be because I can report a block. Okay, I'll close that for now.
There's
But
so many excellent organizations around. So
yeah,
Roses in the Ocean is another one, but they like suicide stuff.
yeah,
I would love to be able to work for one of those organizations that
yeah,
are really dealing with on the ground issues.
yeah.
So much around. Conquer the Corrugations is one up here that Anne Marie
Hmm.
and I have both been involved with.
Yeah,
Talk About It Tuesday is an online one where they
mhm,
encourage people to talk about whatever's going on. Yeah. And of course, my initial industry partner, I would have loved to have worked with them too. I was so upset when I lost them as an industry partner.
which one is that? No, it's not the book one, is it? In Perth, it's not the
No,
book.
no, that was the second one that
Yeah,
when my first three supervisors all resigned and I
yeah,
lost my industry partner because they were associated with the principal supervisor,
yeah.
not with the university. Like, damn it. God, what were they called? I can't even think of their names now. They were
Oh,
Melbourne based, three young
oh, were
fellas
they?
just doing a terrific job.
Mm,
But again, grass based, yeah,
yeah.
and born of the lived experience. So all of them had lost somebody to
Hmm.
suicide or death. suicide, I think.
Mm.
Yes. Just shocking.
Yeah.
And every 8 seconds, there is a
Yeah.
suicide across the world. And I
Because
was
the only
reading
reason I
stats.
I ended up seeing a psychiatrist at through Flinders University, I'll get seeing a GP there first and then the referral was because I was every single minute of the day I was thinking about killing myself.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah,
every single it was constant. And I was
yeah,
harming myself and not killing myself, but planning things and
yeah,
just ruminating
yeah,
constantly.
yeah.
And yeah.
So is it only the study that stops the
No,
ruminations, or is
oh
it
yeah,
something
I
else?
think so. And maybe my partner to a
Yeah,
degree, but
yeah.
study definitely because it's more what would you say? It's not permanent, but it's practical, and so it's got set things that you have to achieve,
Mm. Yeah,
milestones. We'll say milestones
yeah,
that you have to complete in
yeah,
order to move on to the next bit,
yeah,
like grades and
yeah,
courses
yeah,
and yeah.
yeah, yeah. So obviously that is very, very important to you, that structure. Yeah.
Mm, yeah.
Ah. Well, thank God for that and for your partner,
Mm,
because I think other people would be really upset too. Like
yeah.
if you died by suicide, mate, I'd kill you.
You come back and dig me up if you like.
Yeah,
Well, I want to be cremated, I think, is the best way to go.
yeah, yeah,
It's the cooking of the body,
yeah,
but saves digging holes in the ground and
yeah.
yeah.
I want the greenest at the time, whatever it
Yeah,
is.
that'd be nice. Carbon coffin.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's whatever at the time when I die, whatever is that greenest option, that'll do me. Thank you very much. Yeah.
Yeah,
Look
green
after
and
the
cheap.
environment. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'll get the government to pay for mine. I have no. I think my brother will outlive me. I think he's got money,
Oh yeah.
but he's a highly stressful job, so he might not. And my sister has got 6 kids, so they might not. Half of them don't even know me. I haven't
Yeah.
even met 3 of them.
I didn't even know you had a sister. I thought there was just you and your brother.
No, I've got my sister's older than me, then my
Yeah.
brother, and then when the old divorced, I got 2 half brothers.
Yep. Okay. So there's five of you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah. Now listen,
Yeah.
I don't have to put this on YouTube if you
No,
don't want.
go your hardest. Someone might learn stuff. You might want to put a warning at the start that this might trigger.
Yes, yeah, I absolutely will, but I didn't want to put it on YouTube without your permission,
No,
obviously.
yeah,
Yeah.
please.
All
Yeah.
right. Okay.
I
All
don't know who
right.
watches it, but hopefully someone they might think, well, that's a good idea. I'll go to university again,
Yes, yes, yes. And
or I'll
having,
reach out and do peer work, or
yeah, having those that structured
yeah,
time, what did you call them? Milestones. Yeah.
also, yeah, well,
Yeah.
it's an
Yeah, great idea.
ACR term.
Yeah, that is. Yeah, it's a HDR term. Yeah. But the milestones are very important.
It is.
And as researchers, we talk about real world impact of our research. Well, the
Mm,
milestones are real world impact of getting through. Like you
yeah,
have to do this to get through. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Well, thank you for sharing that with me. I really appreciate your candid and very honest and open discussion there.
Mm.
And I feel honoured to have been a part of that discussion.
I gotta put my fan on now. I'm all hot and flustered. Oh, hold on.
Are
There we go.
you menopausal?
Yeah, I might be menopausal. I'm 51, so about that stage.
Yeah, well, apparently 51 is the average age in Australia.
I know there's no HRT in Australia because the government can't import it from America.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah,
there's all these women who aren't on hormone replacement therapy, or they've got to take. Oh, you'd know
Something.
more
Yeah.
about it than me.
Yeah.
Got to take other stuff or not stuff.
Yeah. Or just suffer. Yeah. I took nothing. I just,
Mm,
yeah. But Paul survived.
yeah,
Yeah.
I don't think Seymour. She had went through it early and didn't go through any of that. I don't think.
Okay. So you're still
Yeah,
alive too.
I am. Yeah, even if I have wanted to do it.
Goodness me. Yeah, I think it's probably changed my desire to stay living in the tropics more than anything else because
Mm,
hot flushes in the tropics, it was just unbearable.
yeah,
And
I can
and it
imagine.
made me so cranky. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I didn't take anything because we have a family history of breast cancer.
Oh,
So I
is it linked?
steered
Is it?
clear. Sorry?
HRT is HRT and breast cancer linked?
Yes. Yeah, yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah, yeah. So I just chose not to. I don't
Hmm?
know about my sister. We have never had that discussion. Don't
No.
know. But yeah, just it was the heat more than anything else and the fog in my
Mm,
brain.
yeah.
But then COVID gave me that too. And
Yeah.
actually having had 4 children gave that to me too.
Yeah.
So maybe I've just got a foggy brain.
Yes, 4 children might do it.
Yeah, yeah, the 4 children, yeah, yeah. And somebody asked me fairly recently, like, when do you get over the fatigue of having children? And I said,
Mm,
never.
no, no.
It's, it's there always.
Yeah. Even
Oh
when you'll
boy.
be 90 odd, that your children or your grandchildren or your great grannies will come along and say, can I ask you a question, or can we watch this on the telly, or can we
Yeah,
go into the dark nether regions of the family history, and you've got to
yeah,
try and
yeah,
think, God, way back then, and
yeah.
I did a PhD without electronic means, and I was silly doing that.
Yeah. Well, when I was an undergrad student, I wrote all of my assignments by hand, pen and
I did
paper.
too. I,
Yes.
and we had to supply 2 copies. Instead of photocopying the bloody thing, I'd write it out again. Like, how stupid's that?
Yeah. And did you have cover sheets that you had to go and pick up from the office to then
Yeah.
yeah, I know.
And there was a time, if it was due Friday afternoon, you could actually had it in Sunday Arvo or Sunday evening, because there's a shoot that would only get cleared Monday morning. So
Yes. Yeah.
every Sunday there would be a mad rush of people up the top,
Yeah.
handing
Yeah.
it in, putting it in the chute.
Yeah. Yeah. Correct. Yeah. And they used to have a physical stamp for a
Yeah,
time, yeah, time imprint. Yeah, I know. Things have changed so much.
and
And
they had
how
the
fortunate are we
automatic
that we can do
stapler that
this?
go poof when you put the
Yeah.
paper in. That was cool. I like that one.
Yeah. 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 All right, my technophobe friend. Let's end up, but I will see you next week.
You will.
Uh, have we got something else coming up this week that we're both involved in? No, I don't think so. No, no.
Um,
I, I'm
I don't think
cancelling
I'll
everything
check my
in one.
diary. I've I know I've got the GP Thursday. I've got a virtual coffee with Judy on Friday. If you're at Mary's typing writing group at 10 o'clock, no, 9:30 Friday morning.
I won't be because I've been going to the draw stuff at 9 o'clock in the morning.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I think Judy wants to organise another day as well.
she did say that too. Yeah, yeah.
I'm free Thursday for that.
I won't join anything extra now because
No,
I'm
you've
here.
you've got finite
Yeah.
time.
Yeah, yes. And even though it's helpful for writing, it's still the chatting takes up
Yeah,
that little bit more time that I could
yeah.
just be going, "Psh, this is where I am." Yeah.
Hmm.
Anyway, All right. But you might hear from me during the week. I'll have some news for you. All right.
Oh, about the house?
So I'll contact you.
Okay, and I'll if I find that software that Gay uses,
Yes.
I'll
Drop
let you
me the
know about
name.
it. It's
Yeah,
about
thank you.
$170 to buy,
Yeah,
or free for 7 days.
yeah. I just
Um,
use the free version to run it through.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
and it'll just come up with,
It
don't know.
saves her time then when she has to go
It
through all
would,
that. Yeah, yeah,
yeah.
yeah. All right, Doug. Thank you.
Okay, I've lost my
And
cursor. This is my cursor. Okay, bye.
see you. Take care. Bye.
Yeah.